from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulations.
Thank you for your support of the Detroit Cast.
Oh, there it is.
And without further delay, it's showtime. Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
Oh, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay. Shalom, Biggie. Hello, Jay.
Gentlemen.
How are you, my friend?
Very well. Thank you for having me.
Of course, I have it no other way. You know that. I hate to bum everybody out right out of the gate because we got an exciting show today. We're going to learn about where you are with your beekeeping.
Ah, yes.
Uh-huh. Apparently, you've done some research.
Oh, I've done some research.
Yeah, and it's History Day with Biggie.
I've been busy.
Boy, I wish you didn't say that.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that coming up. However, terrible day, man, for a couple reasons. As I just learned a little while ago or last night, the family of the Wee Wisp.
Yeah.
Wee Wisp's mom passed away.
Man.
Yeah, I mean,
Long-time
human,
listener, Amy.
human, mom, not the Wee Wisp's mom.
It's not the adopted cat.
Yeah. What a sweet family that took that cat in with the Wee Wisp had one eye. Or has one eye.
Objectively sweet too. This is just not our opinion. This they were vetted. They were vetted by the organization. So
yeah, very much so. And the Whispers are such a special guy. Remember, he had maggots in his face. Remember, he was found by a guy. I think it was a dad and his son, and they're like, what's going on here? There's a little tiny kitten, and like took it to Beth. It ended up at Beth's, the shelter she's at, and they tried to save that eye, and it was just filled with maggots. Like it had just been abandoned by its mom, and they didn't think it was going to live. They didn't think the Wee Wisp was going to live.
So they took the melon scoop and just popped it right out.
Not right away. They got the maggots out of there first. Yeah, and then it had to wait a while before the eye was taken out.
It was milky. I remember that.
Yeah.
Seen that milky eye.
Yeah, and he's just a good boy.
Just a wisp of a kitten.
Yeah, just a Wee Wisp. That's why we called him the Wee Wisp. And Donald and Amy took this little guy in, and they absolutely fell in love with this cat. And he's still there. He's doing awesome.
And we would get updates from time to time.
Yeah, get a picture.
Yeah, look at the wisp.
Yeah, he's doing good. He's doing pretty good. But so anyway, who sent this out? Did Donald?
I mean, I don't. I guess this was just posted on the Facebook. It sounds like the son to me of Amy.
For all who are aware and those who are not, my mom, Amy Leal, okay, so obviously her son, was taken to the hospital this past weekend when she was found in a restaurant bathroom with no pulse. Though the hospital attempted all efforts to preserve her brain function, she had gone without oxygen for too long. Today we've decided, Thursday, December 20th, 2018, just one day shy of 6 months since Dad's passing, we are going to take her off of life support. And so, Mom and Dad, I can't thank you enough for everything you've done for me my entire life. You have heard it all. Heard it from all of our family and friends, just how wonderful a job you did raising me. I will carry on the Leal name with the same values you instilled in me. I will take care of everything from here on out, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, what a terrible story. And I know they were, she was a big, big supporter of this show.
Yeah.
Diehard listener. And that's terrible news, terribly sad. Way too young. And it's just awful. So I don't want to say thoughts and prayers because people just go Tapas, thoughts and prayers and all that shit.
Best wishes to the family.
Yes, there you go. And we sincerely mean that. And if you weren't bummed out enough by that,
listen to this.
Yeah, I got one here. Some of you may have seen I posted a GoFundMe on my Facebook page, and I think I shared it in some of the fan pages as well. T-Roy, what up, fam? He's got a couple girls that he's lived with for a long time. His girlfriend and two daughters, 19 and 20, I believe. Their father passed away, and they're trying to raise money for a funeral. And I can't believe how unbelievably expensive those things are. And I was talking to T-Roy last night. I'm like, he's just crushed for these girls. He considers them like daughters to him. And so if you can help out, I mean, we can put a link to the GoFundMe. It's
There'll be a link on our episode, DetroitCast.com.
The services for Sean Redmond. Please help my sister and I give my father, Sean Redmond, a beautiful burial that he wished for. He was a loving, loyal, sweet father and friend, and we want to abide by his wishes of a burial if possible. Literally anything will help and be much appreciated. All donations will go towards the funeral home services and burial services. And they've got a goal of $14,000. And I was like, T, is that is that legit? Like, is that, he's like, yeah, dude, he said, it's unbelievable what a racket this is. So I called or texted Gary, the dead body expert, was like, is this legit? I mean, can we do better than this? He's like, yeah, that's pretty standard, that pricing. And I was like, come on, man, you got to know people in the industry. Can you fucking hook it up? And he's like, I'm on it. So we'll see if he's able to come through and help with that. But $1,700 so far raised, and hopefully, I know it's the worst time of year for most families out there as they're trying to spoil their kids with Christmas gifts and whatnot. I mean, that's what the season's about.
That it is.
You know, I mean, it's all about how much money you can spend on your family members to give them presents to unwrap on the Christmas morning.
It's the reason for the season, as I've heard.
I think it's the only reason for the season. I'm pretty sure. So I know the last thing you want to do is be, you know, oh yeah, I've just got extra cash to throw around. But if you can spare it, and I know some of us cannot, but some of us out there can. And so if you can, like Jay said, we'll post a link at the end of on today's show post, and you can reach out to any one of us too. We can steer you in the right direction. It's GoFundMe services for Sean Redmond. So yeah.
Hey, speaking of money, does your money work as hard as you do? You will spend upwards of 45 years working to support your lifestyle, provide for your family, and set aside money for retirement. Do you know if you'll be able to retire on your terms? How could you know if you don't have a plan? Let Mark Leibovitz at LPL Financial help to make sure your money is working as hard as you are. Call Mark today, 248-626-2000. Ask for Mark.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
Now, the season, it's a holiday season. I don't know where you are in your movies, the Yuletide.
This has to be a big push here the next few days.
Oh yeah,
because
you're running out of time.
And I've fallen behind on my promise to watch some of the real classics.
Okay,
It's a Wonderful Life.
Because you have
Christmas
to
Story.
do it by Christmas. You cannot. It's just one of those holidays for sure.
December 26th. You don't give a shit about these movies.
Get the fuck out of here.
Totally. I want it to be over already. I'm already sick of the holidays, but I'm not in the spirit like you are.
Embrace it, Mike.
Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. So, what have you watched any more since last time we talked about it? Or you?
Yeah, you know, Sweet Pie got us going on these, like, I think they're Netflix originals. You know, so
you're sort of Netflix
basically
originals?
like
Hallmark
movies.
Say, yeah. And she'll, you know, we'll just go, hey, pick something out that you want to watch, and she'll go through. Let's watch this one, and Gab and I start to look at each other like,
are they all exactly the same?
You know,
I mean,
boy, that sounds awful, Jay. I just want to state
none of
really
them are
clearly.
Classics.
boy, oh boy, that's if you're down to the Hallmark channels, you know, like, you know, holiday movies. Holy shit, that sounds terrible.
There was one about a magical advent calendar. And then another one where like a princess got confused with a normal girl, and they switched places because they looked like each other. Yeah.
Didn't Lindsay Lohan make a real movie about that?
My kind of girl's 10.
Yeah.
She loves it.
Yeah.
The wonder of the season.
Sure. Well, it is that season, and there's a lot of people pulling on your heartstrings and making. You know, there's a big push to donate to charities, and the Shriners people put out a new ad, Jay. And
dude. You're not going to put Alex up on that screen.
Is it Alex or Alec? What is his name?
I thought it was Alex.
So did I. But he was like,
Alec?
Isn't it Alec? I was like, I think it's Alex. That doesn't matter, but well,
he's a showman, as we know. He's got the it factor.
Yeah. People know the Shriners ads. I mean, they're the guys
Alec, ALEC.
Okay. Well, fuck that Alec kid then.
Yeah. And we don't mean fuck him, but it's just there's just an air of smugness to him,
definitely.
Which you would think you would respect, but you don't, and I don't, and he's getting a little hot for, you know, he thinks
too big for his britches.
Yeah, you know, the way he takes a corner now on his wheelchair, and he's in mid-sentence, he's high-fiving people as he goes by.
You can tell all the well wishes have gone to his head, you know.
Yeah,
the fan mail.
Oh yeah, you know, I imagine he's taking pictures and signing autographs.
He has groupies.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Jesus,
come on.
I understand, but like
he's got fans. I don't know if he's got groupies, but he's definitely got fans.
Could he eventually get laid out of this?
Oh, I'm sure he's trying. Hell yeah! But you want to watch the new ad?
Yeah.
See if we take issue with anything here, Jay. So, and it's got the holiday theme to it. You know, you can. Looks like they're doing pretty well over there at Shriners. I gotta be honest with you. Oh, she's a cute.
She's a cute.
Look at the cute.
They're gonna tug at my heartstrings now.
Oh yeah, with a 19-minute commercial.
You can play.
Oh boy, a little
guy.
Yeah, little guy. He's a cute too.
He is a cute.
They
How
need
old was that
spot.
previous chick? Was she like 19, 23, something?
Right.
Yeah.
There's another cute.
She's a cute.
Wow,
dude,
look at this gentleman. Wow. He's got the it factor too.
Oh
that kid.
boy.
Right now, all over the
boy.
country,
There you go.
kids at Shriners
Whoa, whoa,
Hospitals
whoa,
for
whoa,
Children
whoa.
are able to go home
Okay.
and be with their families for the holidays. And that's only possible
hear it too,
because
don't
of
you?
the
Oh, I
monthly
sure as hell
donations from
do.
people like you.
Balls dropped.
When you call
Yeah.
the number on your
Look at
screen
this
today,
little
and
boy.
just
Is that-
$19 a month,
Is that
you'll be
Alex
helping
Nemesis?
support
That
children
they've got an
with
understudy.
their daily.
Dude, they're grooming, right?
Go ahead.
Absolutely.
You want me to go
That
back
kid
or
is
no?
cute as look.
Hold-
They've
oh
got
my
him.
God.
Only 60.
Hold on, E. Pause that there.
We're seeing a
Oh,
changing
shit.
in the guard. We're
Does-
seeing a changing of the guard. Look at that cute little son of a bitch on the right, huh? With
Yeah.
his little bow tie.
Dude, he looks like one of those puppet dummies, doesn't he?
Yes.
He should be on a grown man's lap and, be a ventriloquist dummy, he looks like. I bet he
does.
lives in a suitcase.
Very likely. He
Dude,
could.
Alec has hair in his balls,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, he's like, hey,
Yeah.
help out the Shriners
See
or
what you're
whatever. You know
doing,
what I
shit.
mean?
Out you motherfuckers out there, why don't you?
Yeah,
get like-
he lost his cuteness factor. It's sort of like
Yeah.
when Rudy grew up on the Cosby
Yeah.
show, and they had to bring in the nieces of
Yes, Raven Simone or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They had to sort of replenish that. That's what
Yep.
that's what the Shriners are doing.
Dude, is that what happened to Looking Land too? When Looking Land
yeah,
grew up
cousin
and they-
Oliver.
Yeah, they brought that damn Oliver in.
That's what happens on every sitcom.
Do you think Alex knows he's being that he's training his understudy here? Because he's not going to be he's not going to be cool with that.
Behind the scenes, the conversations that have to be going on between his representatives and the Shriners. I can only imagine.
Be right there probably with Leno and Conan,
Yeah.
like he
for
maybe
sure.
admits like, oh shit, I gotta give it up, and then when it's done, he's like, that's bullshit.
I haven't
Yeah.
lost a step or
Yeah.
a wheel.
He thinks he's just
A
he's
wheel.
just hitting his. That wasn't bad. That was pretty good. He thinks he's just hitting his stride as a thespian, as an actor, and I can tell just by the body language between these two.
Yeah, it's
That-
frosty.
It is icy. They are down to stuff like, why is that fucker's trailer as big as mine?
Yeah.
I've been here for years repping this group.
Before everyone even knew who the Shiners were, I was here.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Shriners were booking around on their mini bikes and little cars. And then I came and I changed everything.
Yeah.
The goddamn fezzes.
Put the damn fezzes back on the map for you people. And this is the thanks I get. I'm sitting here front and center, my big closing moment in this spot, and I'm sharing the fucking
The
limelight.
blanket, sharing the blanket.
It couldn't
Oh,
be clearer
dude.
though, dude. It couldn't be clear. They're brooming out Alec.
Yeah.
Next year, man. Next year's the telling year.
He's
That little
gone.
son of a bitch on the right. Do we know his name yet? Oh, we
No.
will. We
Oh.
will.
That's probably part of Alec's latest contract is that nobody names one of these son of a bitches. I'm the only one who's titled in these, okay?
Dude, I
I am the name and the face of this fucking operation, and I will not share the stage with a named
And they're like,
named actor.
They're like, fine, we'll keep you in the polo though, and we'll three-piece this other little son of a
oh,
bitch. Huh?
dude, I didn't even notice that.
Look at him.
Wow.
I'm very serious. Like humans are still humans, and I know he's got his disease or whatever he has, and he's trying to help out, but he's still a person.
Well put.
And once they like the spotlight, I mean,
Yeah.
it's a very serious question that if he would,
Well,
if he's
celebrity's
really
a
happy.
big pull, man. When he's wheeling around town and people are like, "Hey, Alec," he's feeling it.
Alex,
he's feeling
Alec,
the love.
whatever. Yeah, he is. He's feeling it.
Back it up a little bit. I want to see him come into this because the body language looks off to me. And go ahead.
Some of this could be due to a palsy.
With your
Just
gift
keep that
of
in
just
mind.
$19 a month.
Dude,
only
his dick's
63
huge.
cents a
Oh,
day.
yeah.
We'll send you this adorable love to the rest
Oh, they don't even
as a thank
look
you.
at. They went to him.
And,
Oh,
reminder of the
and he's
care
got a
you'll
thumbs
be
up.
providing So kids can be with their families.
Look at that. They don't go
They
to
don't
him.
let him
He's
say a word.
reading it.
They don't let him
Send
say
a
a fucking
reminder.
word.
I don't want to
It's
read.
adorable. Love to the rescue blanket as a thank you. And a reminder of the care you'll be providing so kids can be with their families.
I don't think we can read too much into the body language
She's
because
so cute.
it could be due to palsies or dystrophies. We don't know.
Right. Fair enough.
But it sounded frosty.
Yeah. It looked frosty. Usually in a tight shot like that, when you look at a broadcast booth or a scene,
They're uncomfortably close.
They
These guys
are.
are uncomfortably spread out.
spread out.
Wow.
And I
This
still
is huge.
I still don't like what they're doing here. If you pause that E, they're doing a lot of just 19 a month, but they don't have a dollar sign. I don't know what they want.
It did say dollars.
Do they
I
want
think,
Nepalese
finally.
coins? Do they what?
Wampum?
Wampum, ruples? Just 19 what a month?
It's a great question.
Usually there's a dollar sign, but you notice it
19 a
in
month.
everywhere. Just 19 a month. Just 19 a month. 19 what?
They just need you to hit their website is what they need. So they
Yeah.
don't want to scare you away.
Yeah.
But boy, 19 a month when you think about it. 19, assuming it's dollars and not one.
Well, I don't want to assume that just yet. We don't know, but
it's kind of a lot, Mike.
I know it is. It's a decent amount of money,
Am I
man.
supposed to give up my Netflix and Hulu?
Wow. When you put it that way.
I mean, that's both entertainment. Or I could do Netflix and Spotify Premium. So I have to take away my TV and my music so these kids
Shit.
can.
Yeah, so these kids can have a better life. Oh, yeah, it's terrible. So if I call them, look, I got $5 a month. Are they going to hang up on me?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so? Because this makes it look like any other product. Like this book is $13. You don't go in there and go, I got $5. Will you take it? They're like, fuck out of our store.
Yeah, that's probably their main product, right? We go 19 and then we know we can fulfill this with that.
Yeah.
But okay, sir, if you can only give 5, we'll try to upsell you to 7, but that's fine.
Dude,
We'll take $5 from you, but you're not getting a fucking blanket.
No.
You ain't getting a bear blanket.
You're not
Forget
getting a signed autograph picture of Alec
Yeah.
or his little nemesis.
Yeah.
Wow, this is just tremendous. I'll tell you what, they really upped their game with the cute little girls though this year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, they show their faces and stuff, and they're singing. You're like,
They're
look at
just
that
cute.
adorable girl, and then they'll just like show you a X-ray, and it's like, oh god dang, that back is a mess.
Yeah.
It's like pipes and stuff in there, hold it
Pipes.
all together, staples.
You're right.
Oh man, Alec, I just, I'm thinking we should reach out to him at some point. Maybe, obviously
For
he's busy
sure.
right now, the holiday season, but if he's not aware, if his ego has gotten so big that he's thinking he's untouchable, I mean, dude, we're seeing the signs. They're there.
There's no
The
question.
signs are there.
I would love to get Alec on the phone.
I know, right?
How would that go?
Probably generate some money too in the end.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
Yeah.
so we're doing good. He's dying for the limelight. He'd probably love to come on, but anyway. All right. Well,
Boy, okay. I think it's good that everybody has this on their minds because next year
Yeah.
we won't be shocked when that little son of a bitch in the 3-piece
dude.
rolls out.
yeah, he's there.
Okay.
He is definitely there. You've got basically an
Aaron
aging,
Rodgers waiting behind Favre.
you've got an aging
Exactly.
athlete there and a young upstart who's just, who's killing it in practice. It's undeniable.
But I think
so.
what we need to tell Alec is what Brett Favre did thereafter. I mean, he had a few more years. He bounced around.
Would he
But
bounce
he
around to
still-
other
could-
charities?
yeah,
He
could
still
he
had a
bounce
few-
around?
Yeah.
Can Alec do that?
He's got a palsy and a dystrophy. That makes him pretty
Hey, the
versatile.
Can you hear me now? Was that Sprint or Verizon guy?
He
He
came
switched
back.
teams.
Yeah.
you go.
I mean, Alec why couldn't he go for, something else?
not
Children's
unprecedented.
Can you
cancer
imagine
or-
if you saw him for real on
It's
another
hard,
charity?
it's hard to picture Alec without a fez on and his little
Oh,
red polo.
boy. You think he's been typecast?
But, I mean, he could do it. He could do an SOS.
Can you
Something
imagine
like that.
he wheels into screen? He's in Africa trying to raise money and awareness for water. Water's a basic human right, and these people don't have it.
He's a pitchman. He's a natural pitchman.
He is. I could see him hosting a game show at some point.
It was
or,
hard to picture Favre in a Jets jersey, but
or
we
a
did
Vikings jersey.
It. We did it.
Yeah, we got there. Yep. Boy, oh boy, yesterday I felt like such an asshole. Oh, dude, I feel like such a dick.
For which reason?
Well, I found out that the moon is in fact fake. And when I got the information and the details, I was like, I can't believe all these fucking years this fake ass moon has been sitting up there in the sky,
Yeah.
and my gullible ass was looking at that thing thinking it was real.
So you never saw the Truman Show? Christoph, that was his main nerve center of that whole show.
Dude.
He produced and directed the whole Truman Show from the moon.
Are we a Truman Show? Are people laughing at us right now, watching us? Were T. Roy's balls hanging to his knees broadcast? Was that like, oh, did you see the episode last night?
Wait a minute, dude. You egotistical bastard. Like,
Hey, if
let's
we're
say
all
we
being
are,
watched-
let's say we're in a Truman Show. Do you think T. Roy's balls were the most entertaining thing at that
Dude.
moment on the planet?
Well,
Like, there was nothing.
there's more channels than one. I'm not saying everybody watched it, but T. Roy would be must see TV.
Yeah.
Like if it was like, dude, did you see the latest episode of T. Roy last night? It's like, no, what happened? His fucking balls were hanging to his knees as he got out of the hot tub. It was
Mhm.
hilarious.
Mm.
Yeah. So, dude, someone sent me a little. It's not a documentary, but this fact-based 21-minute video on the moon, and I'm telling you, the evidence is clear. It's damning. It's over, and that is a fake. That thing is a fake. That is a satellite up there. It's hollow, and people are watching us, dude. People are keeping an eye on us.
So
Yep.
it's a simulate. So it is a Truman Show type thing. You're not saying
It's
we're all in
there.
a simulation.
No,
It's not a hologram.
Okay.
Yeah. But, man, I'll give you some of the facts that I had.
Because,
Prepare for
Mike,
your mind to be
Yeah, I go
blown.
into this more apt to buy the simulation theory
No.
then, because does Anthony Weiner happen in real life? I mean, that's simulation type stuff, right?
Yeah.
So
Well,
I'm more willing to buy that sort of thing. Trump happening. It's
yeah.
just for the entertainment of someone up there.
Yeah.
As they're simulating our reality. But
the reality is someone placed it there. Different alien beings or something higher up than us placed it there because without the moon where it is, we wouldn't have the change of seasons and it wouldn't sustain
because it keeps
life.
our axis.
Exactly.
The gravitational pull keeps our axis just right. If not, it could turn 180.
We'd be wobbling.
Yeah.
We'd be all wobbly.
Yeah.
And so the things they pointed out.
The tide, of course.
Yeah, exactly. The things they pointed out though were the fact that the moon, nowhere in the known universe can they point to a situation where the moon was there before its planet. Ours was millions of years before. Why? I don't know. Can't tell us. Also, they said that the moon is like 4 times bigger than any other example of a moon with its planet.
Yeah, so people aren't denying that there's moons around other planets.
Sure.
Obviously, there's around Jupiter and
none of them as big as ours.
Uranus.
Yep. Do you know how our moon is very, very light?
Is that right?
Yes, it's very light because it's hollow, and it's just got a satellite thing in there.
Pulley system.
Dude, some of the I know I'm joking about this, but some of the things that they were talking about, they were saying how like when Apollo 12 landed on the moon first,
and
right?
is it true we've been there 6 times or
something like that?
I say, is it true? Is it did the government
allegedly
allege that we've gone there? We've touched down 6 different times. Okay.
Yeah, something like that. There's only been like how many people on the moon total?
So a dozen or something.
So they said that when Apollo 12 landed, it comes down with the force of like a mini earthquake. Like it's fucking coming down hard. When that son of a bitch landed on the moon's surface, it rang like a gong. Bong. For 40 minutes, it rang out. Bong. And they're like, NASA, they're like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
And so next time, Apollo 13, they're like, all right.
No.
Yes.
Not Apollo 13.
Yes,
Apollo 13
13
didn't land on the moon.
Look it up, E. I watched that specifically because you said that to me yesterday, and they said Apollo 13.
Apollo 13 was because that's the famous movie with Tom Hanks and shit.
Well, look it up. Unless my facts are wrong, and I don't believe they are. Fine, we'll say Apollo 12 and a half for right now. So Apollo 13, they're like, all right, let's throw a real rocket at this motherfucker and see if that does it again. What the hell was that? So they took the equivalent of 11 tons of fucking dynamite, the force, and dropped down on this fucking thing. Boom! Like a bell. 3 hours.
I am compelled now.
Boom!
Wow.
They said the craters on the moon, right? Craters. Usually you got shit hitting it, whatever. Meteor.
Yeah, isn't there like a uniformity to them?
Yes.
They're
all the same depth.
Yeah, dude. 13 did not land on the moon.
Oh,
it intended to land on the moon.
Of course it did.
Tried to. Boom. All right. Well, what? Fine.
Probably
11 and 12. Then.
Okay.
Whatever. And then they've got astronaut testimony. And when Buzz Aldrin got off that got on there, they tried to drill it. They had these big drills. They tried to drill into the fucking moon. Couldn't penetrate it.
Ooh.
Couldn't drill into it.
Couldn't drill into the moon.
Nope.
They've taken core samples of the moon.
I know, but it took forever to get like any sort of penetration at all. It should have been able to just drill into this rock, and they said it was almost impenetrable.
Well, you tried
the
drilling
craters,
into a giant gong.
The craters were. They tried to drill into those, and they said they've got very little success, which doesn't make sense. And they said, what was the other? Oh, so Buzz lands, and he's talking. It's being broadcast. He's got a camera on and a microphone, and all of a sudden, for 2 minutes, everything goes dead. And he could only talk to his engineers back there. And so family and friends of Buzz's have come out to say, yeah, what that was, he fucking shut off his mic and his camera, and he was talking back to the base, and he said, we are not alone up here. This is his family and friends say this. There is other aircraft up here, and it's fucking huge. And then there was a Chinese-American astronaut. I believe he's a seventh man on the moon. And he reported seeing, this is a quote from him, seeing little Earth-like dudes, not humans, like humanoid features, but not humans. What the fuck is that about, dude? Huh?
All right,
Fake,
listen.
you're a fraudulent moon, sir.
Here's the thing, man. If Trump were not president, I might give more credence to this, but I can't believe Trump wouldn't become president and go, I want all the secrets on my desk now, and that he wouldn't have blown it by now,
Yeah, but don't you
There
get in
are
trouble for
little
that?
green men on the moon. It's not fake news. They really are.
There are people up there. Some people are saying.
Some people are good. They're not all good though.
People are saying.
We need to
Dude.
build a wall.
No, listen. You watched some thing on YouTube, right? A documentary
not on
caught your feed on Facebook or something.
No, sent to me specifically.
Okay.
And so I came down here when McCarty was getting ready to do a show.
Gotcha.
Tim was sitting here. He's getting ready to plug in all this stuff, and
Check this out.
I went, fuck, man. He goes, hey, man, how's it going? I go, terrible. He goes, what's wrong? I'm like, fucking feel like a dick, man. Do you know the moon's fake? He's like, oh, God, yeah. Fuck yeah, it is. Doesn't even look up at me. He's like, oh, fuck yeah. He starts rattling off 1,000 things.
Yeah.
Tim knows it's fake as shit, too. It is a fraud, dude. It's hollow. It's a fraud. He said the way it orbits, the Earth.
So you said there's never been, what is there? We've never seen the why does the other side of the moon not...
It should spin at a different rate, like every other moon and its planet. They call it a satellite. It is right on the equator, right down the middle. Ours is off by 5 degrees. And it prevents us from ever seeing the fucking dark side of the moon. Excuse me, the dark side of the fake moon.
Well, it's still a moon.
On the dark side of the fake moon.
By the way, Mike, you should know that the reason I wasn't trying to belittle you with the Apollo 13 stuff. I was just trying to make sure you were saying
had
facts,
the facts correct.
So that your argument, because
that when you built up to the Buzz Aldrin part, we were all like, "Fuck,
I'm on your
line and
side,
sinker."
man.
Yeah.
So didn't Buzz kind of go off his rocker near the end? Like, what kept Buzz quiet on this?
Those giant ships he saw up there, freaked him out. The other thing is there was a Russian satellite that went up. Fake news. And
where is this documented other than in this video you watched, right?
Well,
where are all these things documented?
The Washington Post and the LA Times both ran these satellite images, and they were like, what are these 6 spheres, or at least 6 spheres coming out of the and they're placed somewhere there.
Yeah.
And NASA quickly shot it down. Was like, yep, nothing to see here.
No, it's just like when all these Mars rocks, these formations, everything gets sent back by the little rover thing, and everybody goes, that looks like a goddamn cat.
Yeah.
And it's a Rorschach test. It's basically you're looking at clouds going, what do you see?
I understand. You're not ready to bite yet. I get it. You're skeptical. You don't believe all these wonderful facts I've given you. So these spheres are coming out, and they said these things. So people examine the pattern of them, and they said, holy shit, the pattern of these spheres, absolutely not in anywhere in nature would you see this. The pattern of them aligns exactly with our planet's pyramids where they're lined up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Explain that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That's amazing.
Oh, wait.
Other than
it's
this
incredible.
one YouTube video, it's crazy.
And they said Washington Post and LA Times.
Yeah.
Both published them.
I love how these documentaries can just do that too. Like, that was reported in the Washington Post. And like when? Like, do you ever stop and go, well, let me Google that and pull up that article?
I would bing it personally, but
read what it's about. You know what I mean? They
I haven't
throw
had
out
time
these
to do that
names
stuff.
so that when you're telling the story, you go, well, it was reported in the Washington Post.
Yeah.
And I go, oh, well, yeah,
dude, but
something.
Seeing these astronauts, though, fucking astronauts, NASA people, why would they be doing that? The shit pilots have seen. Doesn't make sense. Fraud! You're a fraud, fake moon.
Yeah.
I'm onto him. Dude, I'm onto that moon.
People so want to have meaning in their lives, don't they? They want to discover truth and meaning.
Yeah.
And they're so desperate for it. They're unwilling to see. To me, like, okay, these odd characteristics of the moon being at a certain axis or a certain size or whatever, like, to me that lends to, oh wow, there was like a creator that created this system so that our Earth is working just the way it is, while other people go, yeah, it had to be some crazy alien life form, not a god. Right?
Maybe it was God. Maybe God just went plucked that out and went, I didn't know what I was going to do with this giant rock. It's going to fit perfect.
It'll fit perfectly
there.
right here.
No.
And I'll
5 degrees up.
Exactly.
Life will be there in a million years.
It's just as plausible to me, right?
Yeah, for sure. Why not? I mean, little green men drove this thing there. Why? And so, but it could be
Why are they always green, too?
I don't know. They just are. But they said that those structures, by the way, on the moon are taller than anything that we've built on Earth. They're taller than any structure, skyscraper or anything on Earth. So it was, dude, it's fascinating. It's interesting. Why don't you watch it?
So you do agree the Earth is round then? As we talk about
I'm on the fence, dude. Because I was really thinking, okay, Earth is round, moon is obviously cheese.
Yeah.
I was there for a long time, but now I'm starting to come around that we're probably
on a round sphere.
On a round sphere. I can't say for sure. Oh, the other thing, son of a bitch. There's no other fucking sun and moon situation where when there's
an
eclipse,
like equidistant or whatever.
They're totally equal distance.
Well,
like moon. No. Moon, Earth, sun, exact
in the same proportion.
Right.
Yeah.
So usually you don't see an eclipse. When an eclipse happens, where it's the perfect way, it's a perfect match with the sun. the distance so that it covers it completely.
It almost suggests to me that God like planned this amazing Earth
know,
in
right?
existence here. It
And
really
then
does.
when you look at that image from space, it looks like a fucking eyeball staring at you.
Oh my gosh.
It's unbelievable.
Like
They're like,
Sauron.
does this look familiar? It's a fucking eye, dude. They're watching us. They're fucking watching us. It's not good, dude.
That's groundbreaking.
Yeah. I want you to watch the doc.
On the edge of the
thing.
Yuletide like this.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, this really upset my
Why?
my
This might
equilibrium.
prove your God theory. The God was like, I'm going to put this here, give it like an oven. It's going to cook for millions of years, and then all of a sudden people are going to be there and all that stuff. Changes some details in the book, but you know.
I have a hard time with those YouTube things. I do. I just, you know, like I don't know.
But hey, if you want to stay in the dark, man, I don't care.
Yeah.
Stay in the shadows. It's good, you know, whatever.
I know a lot of people, you know, subscribe to that, and there's a whole web of things that go together. And well, if you know, watch this one and then explain that. And it's
Sure.
like, okay, just,
Well, I don't know. It's pretty undeniable. Undeniable. I want to learn about beekeeping, though, Jay.
oh, dude. Well, you came to the right
mean-
place. Listen, this is a decent time, I think, before we get into beekeeping, to thank people who have been sending us things to PO Box 250268, Franklin, Michigan 48025.
We're getting gifts this year.
We're getting some gifts as we have in past years, and it's quite fun to see to open them.
Those
So,
are dope, dude.
thanks to Hunter who sent us Bob Ross calendar. Just picked that up yesterday. We've got a lot of Bob Ross
Yeah.
stuff going on, and then these are from Cameron, listener Cameron,
Those are so
who
badass.
did like
dude.
a inlay of several woods here, and then he did an epoxy of the TDC.
Can the camera see that? Like, if
It's
I,
quite cool. I posted it on Instagram,
Oh, you
and so
did?
if you want to see,
Yeah, they're really.
By the way, speaking of Instagram, go to our Instagram account and follow us there. We have some interesting things on there.
Sure.
But that segues into my beekeeping issue.
And someone else sent us some bottles unlabeled with like some sort of alcoholic beverage that he makes. He calls it
mead.
meads.
Yeah. Well,
mead.
speaking of bees, yeah,
Yeah, the honey and stuff.
Yep.
I guess it's beer made with honey instead of
correct.
what is it? The other one?
Hops or barley or what?
No, it's like honey, wheat, and something. I don't know. Whatever. I'll give it a try. It's
yeah,
supposed to be good.
E will take the first sip of that. Just kind of, that's what you do.
It's
You
got to
test
sit for a few days.
test
so
it
it
on
can-
your subjects.
so it can sink down after traveling.
Yeah.
To us.
But
Yeah.
this is I mentioned that because my Beekeeping for Dummies book was a gift from listener Kim, and a riveting read.
Dude, so Kim showed up at our Hamlin gig
Yeah,
with gifts for us, and
And
that was your gift.
she knew my interest in bees, and I looked back, dude, at my my 2018 goals, because I don't make resolutions.
Right.
I made a long list of goals, and learning about beekeeping was one. If you remember, when we left off last year, I wasn't going to commit to actually get a hive and all that stuff. I wanted to learn about it. And I thought that was a reasonable bite of the apple, because I didn't want to go, yeah, fuck yeah, I'm beekeeping, dude. Because I sometimes say these things.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I'm going to learn Braille. And
Right.
Then,
Yeah,
there
you
goes
gotta
the
do
year. And
that.
I'm like, God damn it, I don't know T from S.
Right.
So I didn't want
So
to.
who do you look up to? Who's your guy? Is it Bert? Is like that the guy that you look up to? Is like, man, if I could just be like Bert one day,
Bert.
Bert's Bees.
Oh, no, man.
Yeah, it makes the chapsticks and stuff and honey.
I do want to harvest some honey. So here's my thing. So I get the Beekeeping for Dummies, and I have a Saturday where Gab is out shopping for Christmas presents and stuff.
Sure.
She leaves me at like 9 a.m. She comes back. I'm still in my sweats and my sweatshirt and just looking unwashed and just laying there reading this. I read this book all day long. What amazing creatures. I mean,
Did she just
The
walk in
honeybee.
and go, "Oh my God, my husband's a fucking retard"?
no,
You're
she's
still reading that bee book?
She did say, you're still reading that bee book. She came in and out of the house probably 3 times during the day. You're still reading the bee book. It turned into the evening where I've got beer in front of me and I'm online and I'm reading more about it and I'm looking at hives. And dude, I'm almost willing to pull the trigger on a hive. I got the okay. I not to say that I wouldn't have done it if my neighbors were against it, but I want a neighbor buy-in,
Yeah.
because a bee
Did
swarm.
you get it?
I got one from one guy so far. The other guy I haven't asked, but he's the guy with the shitty
Yeah,
dog.
you've got a beef going with that.
And it's
one.
almost like, yeah, you know
Dude,
what?
that's
if
Hatfield
my bees,
McCoy
if
type
my
shit.
bees are gonna swarm on your goddamn deck, so be it. Because
Yeah.
your dog has woken me up 800
Oh,
times.
that's not going to go good, man.
So that is my fear, is the swarm. If you know anything about a swarming group of bees, it can be
Oh,
unpleasant.
I
It
think
can be
everyone knows about the
li-
swarm of bees.
little unsettling. So we're talking about potentially 60,000 bees in my hive. So,
Where does your hive go? Is this like a backyard thing or?
well, ideally you want it facing southeast.
Well, obviously,
And
for
so,
obvious reasons.
yeah, that'll be in my backyard facing the front of my property. And
Okay.
I've got some nice state land behind me. It's a really good setup for
Wait,
beekeeping. Mike.
isn't it a square, the beekeeping thing? So why does it need
The
to
hive.
face a certain?
Well, there's a front.
Oh, there is.
Yeah, there's a front.
So they
and
come in the front door and then go upstairs to
You
their
want them
house?
to get early morning sun to wake them up and get them moving.
Oh yeah,
Make honey, dude. Make honey.
yeah.
So the main thing is I'm probably looking at a Langstroth, probably 10 frame.
Oh well, yeah.
Yeah.
Why not
10
the
frame.
8 frame?
Well,
No. Don't go.
Harvest more honey. I mean, why go 8 when you can go 10, righty?
why not 12?
Go big or go home.
The 10 is adequate though. You don't want to swarm the neighborhood, but don't whatever you do, don't get the what it was the Swathorn 9, because that was like you had the Ping Eyes first gen, and then the Ping Eye 2s. And it was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold out for the Ping Eye 3s. Same situation here. The Eye 2s just disappointed a lot of people.
Well,
So hold out for the 10.
you now have the option of the flow hive, which a lot of
Yeah.
people have sent me links to. People have seen this. If you looked into beekeeping, everybody knows about the flow. It's a new
Sure.
it's a new kind of hive where you simply turn a freaking nozzle at the bottom, and it takes all of the problems of taking out the frames and spinning them to get the honey out and all that stuff.
Why,
Takes
why
all
would
of that
you
away.
want to do all that kind of work?
That's
man?
what I'm
It's-
saying, man. That's like
Yeah.
this seems like kind of like you're a sellout or something. Like
yeah,
you're-
dude. Real beekeepers are not gonna like look
Right.
to you
just
as
walk
one of
up
their
and
equals.
yeah, turn a nozzle.
You're saying you don't pull the honeycomb out?
Correct.
Bullshit.
Right.
Dude. No.
So that's why I'm going with the Langstroth.
yeah, the Langstroth's the way to go. The 10 too.
Yeah.
Yep.
But the first year, what we have to do, gentlemen, is be patient with this, because the first year they only produce enough honey to sustain themselves.
Selfish.
I know, dude. I
Yeah.
know.
Is
But-
this the flow, or do you know what they look like? I mean,
I don't know if
Is that the
that's
Strathburg 10, Jay?
the Langstroth.
I mean the
sorry.
Langstroth 10.
7 auto honey beehive frames.
Auto. I don't like auto.
I typed in the flow beehive, and it looked like that.
Yeah, I've seen different designs of it, but if it has a nozzle, yeah.
That's basically what here. This.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow.
Isn't that ridiculous?
That's exceptional.
And can you imagine what that would cost?
Oh, Mike, that's the bad one.
I know. It's exceptionally bad. That's what I meant. That is exceptionally bad.
The Langstroth, though, has been, it's tried and true for a good century or so.
You can hold up to Michigan winters and
That's the thing, dude. Yes, I had no idea, but these sons of bitches will just bundle together and just create like a little basketball and keep everybody warm enough to
they
live through
hibernate
the
or
winter. Yeah,
they
pretty much. I mean, they slow down to
slow
basically
down
nothing.
where basically their wings are hardly moving.
Yeah.
So how do you get them in there? Do you just like pick them up at Kroger and then take them and be like, here's your new home, guys?
You
You
order
just-
them.
Wait, what?
You can order them by the pound, and what I've heard is the suggested first order should be 3 pounds of bees, which is about 10,000 bees,
Okay.
and then you get a queen as well, because the queen is.
How do
the
you
key
tell?
to
Do you have to
the
look between her legs and be like, there's a vag. This guy's got a huge dong. Like, how do you know?
hive. Queens are bigger.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're bigger, and they've been
Whore.
mated by
fat whore.
by more expert beekeepers than me.
Really?
Yeah, although the mating process is in Beekeeping for Dummies, if I do want to go that far.
So what? You get her a separate suite. She goes in there, and then
Well,
the guys
like-
just line up to run what bukkake scenes on her.
If you've done any research on beekeeping, you know that the queen will mate at 100 to 200 feet up.
Obviously.
And that's what the drone's purpose is. The only male bee out there is the drone bee.
What is that?
It's smaller than a queen, bigger than a worker, and there's
Okay.
probably only some hundreds of them
Mm.
in a 10 to 60,000 beehive.
So this
Way outnumbered.
Kind of sounds like a slave situation. I got to be honest with you.
They work themselves to death.
Yeah.
These worker bees just work and work and work. They create enough honey in the bottom part of the hive, and then you have a queen extractor, which doesn't allow the queen to go up into the upper part, but the workers go up, and they continually.
Why doesn't she
create
just
this
follow him up
comb.
the stairs? Why didn't she just go up there?
She can't fit, dude.
But to Mike's
Keeps her
point though, like they're all doing this honey though for you now. Like,
That's right.
They're not
Slave
doing
work.
it for
Not
the
getting
betterment of
paid.
themselves.
Well, it's exactly right. You sort of fooled them. You've extracted the queen so she can't lay eggs, and you're creating just pure honey
Mm.
in these combs. But they're doing the environment great service
I
too,
know, I
gentlemen.
know.
Oh,
I mean, they are so important to the environment.
Yeah, hugely important. And won't they make your garden look amazing?
Yeah,
if they,
30% of food consumed in the U.S. is pollinated by bees.
really?
It's like a $16 billion industry that they themselves are part of producing.
There's Jay.
That's me, man.
So you got to
See,
wear
that's-
the outfit.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the Langstroth.
It is.
Yeah.
Is that a homemade Langstroth?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
You can custom make them.
Is that the 10 or is that?
You can't tell until they open up the top and you
Mm.
see how many frames are in there.
Yeah. And so the queen is kind of a fat ass, dumpy, and she can't get up. So I'm assuming there's holes in your layers. You have
Right.
layers. And so what is the purpose of getting the bees to go up another level?
So that they're creating
second story, third story.
They're
of their
creating
home.
surplus honey because they've created enough in the bottom that's sustaining them, and the queen is happy and she's laid her eggs and she has an area to lay her eggs. But then they continually want to produce this stuff, so they go up and they keep finding areas to produce.
Really?
Badass, man. These things are amazing.
So what do? They like in the morning, the sun comes up, they wake up, they're like, "Arr," and then they go outside and they go to work.
They'll take off out the hive when they're 15 feet away from your hive. They're likely hundreds of feet up in the air, so it's
Sons
not
of
as if they're
bitches.
just like swarming your yard, you know.
Yeah.
So they take off and they'll go 1 mile to 2 miles away, pollinate, grabbing pollen,
Yeah.
and pollinating flowers, grabbing nectar, bringing it back, just constantly all day long.
Wow.
Sons of bitches, man.
So is there a difference between honeys? Are honeys different?
Yeah.
Honeybees sleep between 5 and 8 hours a day, Mike.
It's good.
Just a normal 8-hour shift, like most of us are supposed to.
Depending on the shit you have around you. So if you're near lavender, the honey will taste more lavender.
Okay.
If you're near fruit trees, it'll
Right.
take on that. Yeah.
Wow, this is exciting. How long do they live? Do you know? Do you have any
I
idea?
think a number of weeks. Yeah, but they're constantly
That's
reproducing.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, they're just banging all the
Yeah,
time
yeah,
and
yeah.
reproducing.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The queen is the life source. Well, you lose your queen goes shitty, your hive done.
Oh yeah, how do you make another queen?
Well, you have to. I'm gonna continually buy queens until I figure out how to mate my own queens.
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
But you got to bring in a new queen every couple years.
Really?
Yeah, because she just loses her egg producing power.
So the same one will be there for 2 years?
Yeah.
The queen?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
That's incredible. So how soon before we can start packaging
See, that's
Jay
the
the
problem, man.
Troycast honey?
That's the problem.
Dude, we should be selling that in our store.
You go a full year, and here's my biggest worry is I glanced around at some of the local places, like, because I got to go to meetings, right?
Yeah.
I got to go to like community meetings and learn.
Yeah.
And connect with the apiary
That's a fun
societies.
meeting.
Yeah. So I find one in Bloomfield that meets every first Tuesday of every month.
Like the Jacks, every second and third Monday or whatever.
I'll go apiary society and then over the Jacks. It'll
Yeah.
be perfect. But what I found in searching these was a lot of people giving instruction on how to fight the mites. I guess this is my
This has been a war that's been going on forever.
my
man. The mites
fear
and the
is that
bees.
these things aren't hardy enough that you can't just plug and play. That you're really going to have to watch and provide medication and shit like that. Because it sounds like last year they were decimated by mites.
Yeah.
So it
Well-
could be touch and go for a couple of years here, gentlemen. And moreover, you will not get surplus honey for at least a year, even if everything goes splendidly.
Yeah, but what? Look, we got Stacy to make you. I'm picturing you in cartoon form, smiling.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
it could be-
with bees around you and stuff. We need to get going on your logo. Why couldn't we just go to the grocery store, buy a shitload of honey, pour it in your bottle until next year?
Yeah, I guess.
Until next year, when you actually harvest your own. So our profit margin is going to be a lot lower because our costs are going to be exponential this first run.
But then our consumers can enjoy the drop in cost when we move to my honey.
Absolutely.
Or not.
Or not dropping cost.
Hmm.
But yours is going to have to taste just like the shit in the grocery store. You know what I mean? They're going to go, wow, man, this tastes weird. What
All
the
of a
hell?
sudden.
The hell is,
The hell?
dude? So when do you get an outfit?
Look, man,
You know?
somebody sent us out an outfit a couple months ago.
Yeah.
I don't know where it probably got packed up when you got.
Yeah, or
the-
tossed. I don't know.
Wait, what?
Hold on. I didn't say it did. I just don't know. I
It's
haven't seen
upstairs
it, but-
somewhere.
Okay.
So I got the outfit.
Is that one good enough?
Yeah.
It is. Okay.
Yeah.
Because that guy's looked way more hardy than that one upstairs.
Well, he's got. Yeah, I'll have to get the. Probably, ideally, you want the whole jumpsuit. That was just the upper
Yeah.
and the gloves and then the hat.
Yeah.
the
like
screen
a fancy
hat.
hat. Yeah. So
So I'm
how-
gonna have to get that, but I think I'm ready to pull the trigger on this hive, man. I've been researching it, and probably it's gonna be like a $500 to $600 investment right off the bat.
Wow. Whew. So how many times can you expect to be stung a year? Because I hate bee stings.
Mike, that is that's an important issue here that people need to really realize the truth on this. Honeybees rarely sting. 3 to 4 times a year is probably what you can expect. Most stinging insects, Mike, are wasps. Honeybees
Yeah.
get a really bad rap.
They do.
Yeah.
Well, they're bundled. It's kind of like sharks. There's people out there that think sharks, are just out eating humans. It's just
There
the
are those
facts are
people.
there. And these morons, there's like sharks bite like 7 people a year worldwide, and it's like,
But when it
and they
happens,
immediately go, "Oh man, I'm sorry, I thought you was a seal. What with the way you were laying on your
Yeah.
board and stuff? I thought it was a delicious seal. My bad, sir. Go get that leg sewn back on. It's gonna get in there quick."
well, there's some things. I mean, they don't like dark colors, as you know, bees,
Well, yeah,
and
obviously.
loud noises. So,
What's their hang up with dark colors?
and then the reason you blow the smoke, you got to get the smoker too.
Oh hell yeah!
The reason you do the smoke is so that it
Calms
masks
them down.
their pheromones, because they communicate through chemicals, through pheromones and dancing. These sons of bitches.
They
dance.
dance?
They
What kind of dance
and
do
they
they
release
do?
chemicals. They
Like
they
line
do this.
dance or
Supposedly, they have the most sophisticated communication system other than humans and primates.
really?
So one scout can go out 4 miles away and come back, and through a series of dances tell the other ones where the fuck to go for a certain, to pollinate.
So they're probably all there. So one guy might come back and line, one guy might come back and break.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they've got their different preferences.
You imagine guys just fucking doing the robot and shit. Nah, 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 nah. Is this the bee dance?
Salsa.
Yeah.
The waggle dance.
The last time I saw the bee dance was the bee
See,
girl.
that means something.
Among them being able to
Look
communicate.
at her go.
by performing
shaking
a
her
unique
can.
dance.
She's
It
twerking,
informs
dude.
hive mates
You're like,
where
yeah,
a unique
yeah,
is that what
dance
you're saying?
representative is located. Every
Yeah.
cycle of this wax.
Yeah, the last time I saw a bee dancing was the bee girl in the Blind Melon video.
Oh, great point.
You know what I mean? She was doing a little
Bee
bee
girl.
dance.
I forgot about the bee girl.
Yeah, a little fat
She was a
girl.
cute.
She was a cute. Definitely a cute.
Yeah, so I'll keep you updated, dude. But I think
Is this
I'm
a
pretty
go for
close.
sure?
No, I'm
or-
like 99%.
really.
I feel like I should talk to my other neighbor. Should I at least say, hey, dude, I'm doing this? Or should I just do it? Because here's the thing. This shit's probably going to go a matter of feet from our line, our property line.
Mhm.
And so, it could lend to a swarm on his property.
Yeah. I don't know how he feels about a swarm.
It'll
on
help his
property.
garden, though. So
His garden will look spectacular.
never better.
What if he doesn't know? Is there a way to have it
No,
back
he'll-
there that he doesn't
No,
know?
the way I want to set it and the ideal positioning on my property, he
Yeah.
will know.
Well, I'd like to know where that relationship stands right now. Has there been any confrontation? Has there been any discussion that has not been?
No,
Because
it's cordial.
You can be very cold at times.
So can he, though.
Yeah, but is there a mutual respect for each other's coldness?
I think so.
Because it's icy for sure. I know how you feel about his dog. He knows how you feel about his
Yeah, he
dog. He's
does.
like, oh, you don't like my pet? Well, I don't like your fucking 60,000 pets.
No, I think it's cool. When I was raking leaves, me and the sweet pie, I made a point to rake my leaves off of his lawn. That's a nice gesture, right?
You did. Okay, so some of your leaves from your trees.
Clearly, I put my trees like right on the property line.
Yeah, yeah.
And so my shit falls all over on his, and we made a point to go. So that was
It's a
Oh,
nice
goodwill.
starting point. It's a good starting point. Now, would you hook him up with some free honey?
sure,
All right,
absolutely.
There
yeah.
you go. Just go, yeah, Bill, you're going to get the first batch.
That's the selling point, and
Yep.
your garden's never going to look better.
Yeah. I like this. When do you plan on talking to him?
I got to get it done in the next couple weeks. I want this going because I'm going to have to order my bees really
Yeah.
soon if I want them by
Get 'em
by
ordered.
March.
You
March,
know,
April.
we can bring someone in. If I need to go over there and settle this guy down and kind of play peacekeeper, I'm good at that.
Don't
I
have
can
to worry
Eddie
about
Haskell this one.
Randy.
Yeah, I can Eddie Haskell this son of a bitch. We'll get it. So I get those things ordered.
All right.
All right.
Couldn't even get my mom to say retard the other day, but
Well, your mom's a stubborn. Hi, Mrs. Fady. I almost said it too. I almost said stubborn cunt, and I was like, that'd be terrible. I would never say that about Fran.
course.
Franny, Fran. My little Franny, Fran. Well, looks like we're well on our way to getting our wall at the southern border, Jay. A GoFundMe has been started
Oh, okay.
to pay for the wall.
$5 billion.
I think we're looking for $5 billion on the wall, and I think they said if we raised $1.7 million a day, like 32 years from now, we'll have our wall.
I thought Trump resolved the other day that they could, through appropriations, figure out a way to fund it without affecting the current budget or something.
Yeah,
Is that,
but if that fails, at least we've got our Kickstarter here, which has raised $2.8 million in
These
4
people
days.
And then
giving into this
moreover-
Kickstarter. What are they thinking? What?
Yeah.
don't give enough to the government, really?
Right. That's the other. Right. Exactly.
Moreover, Mexico's ultimately going to pay for it, right? Right, guys?
Yeah, absolutely. And he's saying through that the NAFTA thing they tore up, and he's got the new one. I can't remember what the new one is called.
Yeah.
USM.
The savings we've made through this new trade agreement, there they go. They're paying for it.
Paying for it like
Okay.
that. I told you they were going to pay for it.
Yeah,
They will.
That's what you said.
Folks, Mexico's going to pay bigly for the wall. They're looking for $1 billion in the GoFundMe here, and so it was set up by a veteran missing 3 limbs.
Oh shit.
What?
Oh, nothing. You know what? You wrote on this thing. I remembered you wrote on this thing about trying to find. I didn't know what that picture of this transgender person was. That's
Oh, did you find it?
No, I didn't because I forgot. I forgot.
Yeah, this is a
He didn't satisfy
just a
that task.
lady.
Is that right?
Yeah, well, the veteran is
The
got
single-limbed veteran is just a lady now.
no. The single-limbed veteran is married father of 2 or 3 or something. His name's Brian Colfage, and he's 37. And the GoFundMe account is titled "We the People Will Fund the Wall." It's up to Americans to help out and pitch in to get this project rolling. If the 63 million people who voted for Trump each pledge $80, we can build the wall. On paper, that sounds very doable. If each one of the 63 million Americans that voted for him just pays $80, look, Brian, I don't want to stomp your dreams here, but I'm telling you, if you expect a fraction of your listeners or anything more than a fucking drop in the bucket of your listeners or your voters are going to support you financially like that,
Yeah, your per person price of 80 is going to skyrocket to 980 really quick.
or 9,080, because maybe 2% of the people that support the president will support that.
So is this just an exercise in trying to check out his hot wife? Is that
Oh,
what we're doing?
damn. Yeah, I didn't even notice that. Yeah, can you tell which 3 are missing?
I can, yeah.
Yeah. God, she is fucking hot, dude.
Well,
She is hot.
what's going on with the right arm? So that's just a stub. He's missing his hand.
Yeah, I saw one picture and he was doing this. He obviously had the rubber hand, kind of like
Sort of Bob Dole-ish. Like, don't look.
it wasn't more Bob Dole, it was Kingpin like.
Oh, all right.
It was more like
or
that.
Chubbs from
There you go. But
Gilmore.
it wasn't wooden. There you
yeah,
go.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's it's sort of gold looking.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Yeah.
There's Governor Huckabee.
Yep.
You're right about his wife, man.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
Good-looking girl.
Jesus.
She stuck with him even after that.
Mm-hmm. Sure did. So anyways, he's got this as a veteran who's given so much 3 limbs. I feel deeply invested to this nation to ensure future generations have everything we have today. So he lost both his legs and his right arm in an 2004 insurgent attack in Iraq. And so once this started, a rival GoFundMe was started. Ladders to get over Trump's wall.
Oh my God.
And they're trying to raise Charlotte Clymer, just a lady, is trying to raise $100 million. We saw some folks are raising money for border wall to keep out our migrant siblings and fellow human beings. Seems like a bad idea in countless levels for everyone involved. At a rate of 1.7 million daily, it would take their fund 35 years to raise 21.7 billion. So they've gotten $5,339 so far for the ladder. So they want to buy it. So if Trump's wall gets made, they want to have a sufficient number of ladders tall enough to be able to climb over his wall.
Oh man.
And you want to see the gentleman,
Everybody's
the
a
lady.
dick.
Yeah, 1 second. Here's the FundMe page up here right now. Sorry.
Everybody's a dick, huh?
Everyone's a dick. Yes. Yep. Everyone's a dick. Go to the story I gave you. It's not, her picture's not going to be in there.
Hey, Isis, I'll buy you a few seconds here. Hey, college tackle ball's heating up. It's heating up. Shit. I mean, we got the playoffs.
Hell yeah.
Playoffs.
So
Like-
we can win a game.
Playoffs. Playoffs are what, next week? This weekend they start, right?
No. We have 2 weeks left of regular season. Or you mean
Playoffs.
you're talking college or
Yeah,
pro?
college.
Oh, college. Yeah.
Yeah.
College, we're already in playoffs. They're already doing bowl games.
Yeah, but the actual playoffs of the 4 teams are this weekend.
Something like that. Like, is it this weekend? Does
Or
it
maybe
start?
it's like New Year's Eve-ish or something.
Yeah,
okay.
something
Well,
like that.
That's right around the corner. The
It's
point
right
is,
there, right there.
tackle ball's heating up, and you need to get to Hamlin Pub to watch your favorite team on one of their numerous TVs and enjoy sports specials like $7 medium hand-tossed pizzas, boneless wings, or the Nacho Supreme, of course. These specials are good at all 5 Hamlin Pubs locations: Clarkston, Chesterfield, Rochester, and the 2 in Shelby Township.
He just typed a fucking paragraph into the Bing search engine, trying to find a goddamn picture.
Don't
This
break
person-
our Bing machine, Isis.
Thing's damn near smoking.
Hmm.
It's all right, E. Forget it. You know what a transgender person looks like.
I do.
yeah. You get the
Kind of like a dude with a wig on.
yeah. You get the overall.
Yep.
Yeah. There's a Kansas man. Do you have the picture of this? Isis, the doppelganger thing?
Yeah.
Oh man, this guy really
Dude.
looks like him.
Dude, guy in Kansas gets tossed in the clink for, I don't know, 17 years
Mhm.
in prison.
Probably banged up the ass, right? Maybe
Exactly.
fed some maggots.
Exactly.
Guaranteed.
Yep.
And he's like, man, it wasn't me. I didn't do it. And they're like, nah, we got eyewitness verification. You did it.
Yeah.
He's like, I didn't do it. I swear to you. Maybe someone who looks like me. And they're like, yeah, whatever. So Kansas's Attorney General Derek Schmidt said they've reached a settlement Monday with 42-year-old Richard Jones of Kansas City, Missouri. He's getting $1.1 million.
You know,
I see a slight resemblance.
Slight resemblance. I will say, I mean, not that that's a common look, but you do see that look, the long cornrows, the goatee. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you could probably find 5 other Google images where dude looks pretty much like those guys.
Saying they all look the same. I mean, that's
No, but when you have that hair and that goatee, it's because if you take
Yeah.
those off, those guys don't facially look
think about
similar. Their eyes are very different.
yeah,
Their
but
noses are very different.
But if you saw the guy on the left rob a bank
Yeah,
and
I
run
know,
down the
I know.
street, and you were like, "Oh, he had the corn," and then they showed you the picture on the right, you would absolutely go, "Yeah, that's fucking him."
Yeah.
He had the goatee. I remember the cornrows, the white T-shirt.
Yep.
That's the guy. Think about all the images we've seen of Big E.
So which
people
one's
that
the
look
real
like
guy?
Big E.
Which one's the real
The
guy?
left is the bad guy. The guy on the right, I think, was
Okay.
accused.
It's funny because the guy on the right looks like a meaner guy, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Ah,
he probably is now.
Prison hardens you.
Yeah.
all that butt rape.
Dude, if any one of those Big E's around the country that we've seen, starts murdering, goes on a murder
Man,
spree,
he's in trouble.
he's fucked, man. He's gonna I don't know what he does if he bleaches his hair,
Well,
grows a tail.
see,
I
I'm
don't
kinda
know,
lucky. Nah, you say that, but the reality is because of my hair now, I don't look as much like some of those people, in my opinion. But
but once you're gonna have the plume again.
The plume is
Yeah.
coming back.
You're
yeah,
right.
definitely. So he's the first person to agree to a settlement payout under a new state law that provides compensation to people wrongly imprisoned. I don't have a problem with that state law.
Oh, I know.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
dude-
because DNA all the time is showing it's breaking cases wide open. Not necessarily freeing people, although it is, but it's cold cases are being solved because of DNA. So you can see this happening.
It's hard because I think 99.9% of the people in prison will tell
Oh,
you
of
how
course.
innocent they are. They're
course.
innocent. I
Yeah.
did not do this.
Yeah.
I'm innocent. I am falsely. If we could just get those guys to come on, man,
No, really. Come on.
for real.
Come on.
Just be honest.
Let's be real.
Ah,
Can I
got
cross
me,
you
bro.
off the list?
Ah, you got me. I did that shit. Like if they'd be honest, then we could whittle it down to the 3% of people that are 20% of people, whatever it is, that are falsely imprisoned, and then we could look at their cases and go, Your Honor, he swears he didn't do it.
We could commit resources.
Yeah, I looked him right in the eyes. He's telling the truth that he did
You
not
shook
do
my
this
hand,
crime.
and his word is as strong as oak.
Yes, he promises he won't lie. I had a guy look behind. He was not crossing his fingers behind his back I talked to him at all.
Fingers crossed.
He was not wearing socks. He was not crossing any toes, and he swears it wasn't him.
Let me ask you this: how did this guy get identified as the real perp?
Was
Was it DNA, fingerprints, what?
Well, no, it was victim ID'd him. Or someone ID'd him as the guy.
Yeah, I know.
So there
But
was an
how
eyewitness.
did he get released, and how was it proven that he really wasn't the guy?
He swore it wasn't him. There was no physical evidence linked to Jones in the crime. He's always maintained his innocence, so he was freed. After supporters found evidence that another guy looked just like him,
what was
lived
that
next to the Walmart. This guy was robbing a Walmart or
Oh, okay.
something.
So that guy admitted to it or something? There must be something more.
Well,
than just,
he claims
looks like
he's
it.
innocent too, which is the damnedest thing. You know what I
I
mean?
can't believe they paid out $1.1 million and let this guy free without absolute scientific evidence that he wasn't the one,
Well, they
or an admission.
they dragged that son of a bitch into this hearing with the judge and like, look at him, looks just like him, and he lives closer to the Walmart. And the judge is like, oh, this is bullshit. Let him out of here now.
Yeah.
Threw him out of there, and so they after the victim and witnesses withdrew their identification of.
I mean,
Jones-
isn't it possible, Mike, that two gentlemen can look very much the same and
Hmm.
both have committed crimes, regardless of whether one lives right next to it? The other guy could have driven a ways and committed that crime. He
Yeah.
could have, right? That could have happened.
dude?
So without scientific evidence, why are they letting this guy free and paying him $1.1 million? He could have done it.
Everything I know about Richard tells me that he's being honest. Okay. Now Ricky is the other guy. All we know about him is Ricky. Now I don't know Ricky as well. I haven't read as much about him, but he testified that he didn't commit the robbery either. So
Again, had he admitted to it, then you'd go, all right, the guy has grounds. Why are they letting this guy out on just?
I mean, it says, I guess
they said they focused on Jones after his picture was picked out of a police database 3 months after the crime by a man who admitted he was on drugs during his only encounter with Jones. Okay, according to court documents, Jones' lawyers argued the lineup of photos shown to the victim and other witnesses was highly suggestive. So, with Jones' picture, the only one of the 6 photographs that resembled the description of the robbery suspect.
Yeah.
You sons
Sure.
of bitches. You got four white guys and then one black guy with dreads, and it's
Yeah.
like, which one was it? We know it was one of these 5. Which one was it?
Doesn't it surprise you? I don't want to say it again, but
No,
like
a little bit.
without clearer evidence that Ricky actually did it, they're letting Dick out.
Yeah, I know,
That's-
but again, Dick swears, dude.
I understand.
the
and
guy.
his word is as strong as oak.
Under the settlement, Jones was granted a certificate of innocence. He can hang that on his fridge.
Be nice to have.
Dude, do you have a
It's
certificate
not
of
just
innocence?
a certificate of not guiltiness; it's of innocence.
Next time there's like a bank robbery or something, can we go down to the prosecutor's office and just go, by the way, if I could get a certificate of innocence that I had nothing to do with that bank robbery?
I want it with a gold seal and those cool ribbons coming out of it at the
Oh,
bottom.
yeah.
Huh?
What
Wouldn't
about
that be
the
nice?
what about the candle wax?
Could it be provided to
Stamp
us
seal.
with a man wearing a top hat?
It's not a key to the city. But yeah, if we all went down there and just went, hey man, I'm just here to pick up my certificate of innocence.
Could they unroll it like a scroll?
Sure, maybe
and read
some
it from the
could.
steps of City Hall.
They're busy. Some smaller precincts would probably.
I proclaim the Detroit cast innocent in this action, this feasance.
Today, December 20th, 2018, the Detroit cast has been found innocent. Hence, the certificate of innocence will be provided to them. I want people with trumpets.
We
I want
need
trumpet
a
peoples with
municipality
knickers on.
stat to give us a certificate of innocence.
What would happen if we
We
down
know
there,
people
like,
in municipalities.
every time there's a crime, we just start collecting them. We've just got stacks of certificates of innocence. Could come in handy
You
someday.
never know.
Dude,
You never
imagine
know.
you get picked up for a crime and it's like, dude,
do
do you see all these certificates of
Mhm.
innocence? This is my character, sir. I rest my case. That's 1,000 certificates
Yeah.
proving my innocence.
You ever
Now
get
you-
hauled into court? We just haul in those certificates of innocence, drop them on the table, huh?
Some fucking lawyer with that hand cart is just
Yes.
wheeling boxes in. Present to you
5 bankers box full.
of certificates
of
of
innocence.
innocence. Love it. He's been granted a certificate of innocence and will receive counseling and health care from the state for 2
Yeah.
years.
Anything about his butt? Like butt reprobation
Yeah.
somehow? Like
Oh, God, someone bore a hole in that
Yeah.
thing. Oh, it's just terrible. Just terrible. Whew. Why don't we take a quick break? Were you a fan of Eliza Dushku?
oh man, why am I not? Why is that not resonating
She's
with me?
young.
Well, that's a-
She's younger. Well, she was younger when she came on our radar.
I know the name. Why am I blanking on this?
We'll pull up a picture of her. She's an actress. She's done some movies. Was in.
That's
Did you?
fascinating.
You didn't watch Bull, did you?
No.
The TV show on CBS. I didn't either. But she's claiming they just paid her like $9 million. CBS in
Oh,
a
that's
settlement.
it. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why I know the name.
What the fuck was it? Well, we'll IMDb it when we come back. We'll do that next.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break. continues now, bitches. Here are Mike and Jay.
Welcome back to the show. Mike and Jay. And while I was upstairs, I saw Isis had posted some on Facebook last night, maybe.
Oh, it's probably during the show. He's over there typing all the time.
Maybe. He just reposted the video that Sandler shared talking about Farley.
Yeah.
And he watched it a shitload of times, brought himself to tears.
Is that right?
Yeah.
No, Adam brought me to tears, not me.
Well,
How did I
you
bring...
played the video and brought yourself to tears watching it.
Okay, I guess that's fair. It's
Yeah.
it's great, to be honest with you.
It really is
so
great.
good.
I watched it again upstairs because I was like, oh, there it is. That's what made E cry. Let me watch it. And it's fucking great. It really is. If you haven't seen it, he shared it on social media yesterday. Adam Sandler. It was the 21-year anniversary of Farley's death. And E and I were talking before the show about it. It was like reliving some of those unbelievable moments of Farley. We were talking with Zach Martini yesterday all about it too. But I just want to mention that I was watching that, and it's unbelievably cool. Very cool. Very, very cool. E, we'll get to your this day in history in just a moment. Did you see Macaulay Culkin's new Google ad?
No.
He's reprised his role of Kevin McAllister,
Mm.
who was Home Alone.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about Google's AI helper. So, it's like Google, turn on the lights and all that kind of stuff. You want to see it really quick?
Sure.
I fast forwarded it a little past kind of the parts where it's just basically showing the old movie here.
Yeah, that's the real house, huh? The Home
Mhm.
Alone house.
I would not have thought, as artsy as this kid is, that he would be interested in having anything to do
Right.
with the Home Alone role.
You know what's funny about this, by the way? I have seen memes that show up all the time showing this house, and the people like thinking like now, and I forget exactly how it goes, but they're like, looking back on it now, how did the McAllisters have enough money to have this house in Chicago and pay for literally family vacations for like 20 people down to like, it was Florida one year, and then it was like,
Yeah.
and it's
Do we
like
know what they
airfare
did, though?
alone, right?
dude, I mean,
who knows what he did?
thousands of dollars, dude.
Yeah, are we sure what Mr. and Mrs. McAllister did?
I don't know. It's just like, it's more of a funny thing that I've seen people post and be like, what was
Yeah.
his job, kind of?
It happens with friends all the time, too. How the hell does Monica have this massive apartment? It's like, dude, it's a TV set. That's how.
I know. It's just.
It's him.
Yeah.
Mom? Dad?
It actually looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Google, what's on my calendar today?
You have one event called House to Yourself.
Oh, yeah. Google, add aftershave to my shopping.
He's out of
Hey, Google,
aftershave.
remind me to clean these sheets later.
Okay, I'll remind you.
That is surprising that he would do this.
Yeah.
Someone's at the front door.
What do I owe you?
Looks like you paid online.
Keep the change, you filthy
Okay, cool.
Hey, Google, turn down the temperature 2 degrees.
This is pretty funny, though, man.
Yeah.
The
Hey,
guys
Google.
are.
Begin Operation Kevin.
Operation Kevin underway.
That's funny,
Ah.
man.
He's got KD instead of Jordan.
Yeah. The cardboard cutout, full-size cutout.
Better get out of here before somebody sees us.
Got a Pesci impression.
That's funny. Man.
Yeah.
Boy, did his nose turn out really prominent, huh?
Who?
His nostril structure.
Oh, really?
Yeah, as a kid, he's such a cute little kid.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Boy,
There
did
you
his
go.
nostrils really.
Yeah, it shocks me that he would do this. They must have paid him a shitload of money.
I'm trying to get a
To
better.
do
Yeah,
this,
because my sense is after hearing some interviews with him, he views himself as a serious thespian, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, artist. More of an artist.
yeah,
than
I think he
anything.
paints a ton now.
Yeah, or
got-
plays music maybe or
I
something.
think both. He's in some parody band or something.
Yeah,
I heard
yeah,
him on Mark Maron or Marin, as you might say.
Uh-huh. Those cardboard cutouts, like our Mike Lindell one.
Yeah.
By the way, Kumia has in his studio a Mike Lindell.
Does he really?
He's got the same one,
Sweet.
and he's got a Santa hat on it
Uh-huh.
for the holidays. Yeah,
Just tell him that wouldn't exist, but for us.
I did.
Yeah.
Yep, I did. I absolutely did.
That's
so-
a good point.
He tweeted out Macaulay Culkin, not Anthony Cumia. Hashtag, hey Google, have you ever wondered what Kevin McAllister is like as an adult? Me neither. But just in case you're curious, you should totally watch this. Hashtag ad.
Nice.
He's worth
Yeah.
$15 million on Celebrity Net Worth right now, which
Okay.
is pretty decent at least. I mean,
Well, yeah, that makes sense. He had
Didn't
some
do
huge
anything,
roles.
Did nothing commercial thereafter, right? It probably hasn't done anything hugely commercial since Richie Rich.
He had some
Richie
huge
Rich.
movies even before Home Alone, though.
Yeah, no, Uncle
You know,
Bunk. He
Right?
he caught on right around there. He was in that sweet spot of just a cute little kid. I mean, we see Alec earlier in the show going through this period where
Yeah,
you're
it's
cute
tough.
as fuck. You're the
tough.
guy, right? Everybody's looking at you to be the cute little
Mhm.
kid, and then you get a little older, and it's like,
Yeah.
"Meh."
Well, I forgot about Uncle Buck. Wasn't he in Jackson's video too? Michael Jackson's video? Wasn't he hanging with
My
him?
Girl?
I don't know if it was My Girl.
No, but I'm saying My Girl was one that was big.
My Girl's the one where the kid dies.
Yeah, from
right?
The girl dies from like a bee
sting.
Yeah.
Which is what you got to look out for.
Was it a bee or a wasp?
I don't know. It was
probably
a fucking.
wasp.
All I know is it was a bee sting.
Well, everybody says it was a bee. Yeah, everybody says I got stung by a bee. But 99% of the time, it's a wasp.
What a way to bring back bees into the situation.
Yeah.
My Girl.
I think he got his big payday though from Richie Rich.
Probably.
Yeah.
He probably got a huge bank from Home Alone 2 and 3 as well.
I don't think he did 3. I think he did 2.
2.
Oh, he just did 2. The Good Son was a big movie, right?
Yeah.
Jacob's Ladder, Uncle Buck.
That's the beginning, I guess. So
He was cute in Uncle Buck. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
He was a little brother in the back
It's a
seat.
great
and stuff
movie.
Being, toted around by Uncle Buck.
Mm-hmm. John Candy, right?
I'd say it's a great movie. I'd say it's a good movie, Mike.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
John Candy had a run there. I mean, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles might be my favorite movie of all time.
It's a good one.
Up there with Fletch. Both of those, I think, are amazingly good. And Candy's just awesome.
He is.
Awesome.
Hey, it's December, which means all the good boys and girls get a visit from Santa himself, and Zott Ford and Jolly Holly is celebrating its Built for the Holidays sales event. That means you pay what they pay. You don't have to be an employee to get an employee discount on select vehicles. For example, lease a new 18 Ford Escape as low as $123 a month, no plan, no problem. Or lease a new 18 Ford F-150 Super Cab 4x4 as low as $144 a month, no plan, no problem. Don't delay, because once St. Nick finishes his holiday gift giving, Zott Ford's Built for the Holidays sales event will be finished too.
Since this is, I think, the last show before Christmas, do you want to see a Christmas video? Of a guy falling.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
I mean, it's the only reason I put it up. These door cams are really providing some great shit. And you got
someone
a guy
stealing a package.
No, we should have watched the other video
glitter
too.
Bomb.
The glitter bomb is
that's
great.
Everybody's seen that.
Right.
It's been everywhere.
Well, this is a guy. He's putting up lights. Dare I say, a little late in the season to be putting up lights, but he's putting up lights, and then it's got to, you got to move the ladder. So he's got his ladder in the snow, putting up some lights, and then he moves it to the sidewalk, which is a little slick. He's at the top of the ladder when the ladder decides, you know what, I'm going to go for a walk really quick.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Let's see it.
Yeah.
It's entitled Canadian Falls from Ladder whilst putting up Christmas.
No.
Yeah. You couldn't see that coming? Huh? Honestly.
Yeah,
Look at the angle on that. He's like at a 45.
It's fine. Whoa, no. What's the move? Do you gutter it? Do you go for the gutter? I think you go for the gutter.
I think he's low enough. You leap to the side.
You know what it is? People just
leap into the snow. Leap into the snow. Because that right leg, that hurt, man.
Yeah.
That inside of the right leg.
I love the way narrowly avoids death.
Right.
He just,
He did hurt his leg, though.
They said he appears fine. He gets up and he's like, oh, that stings. If he would let it go.
It's part of him getting up so quickly, though. That didn't hurt. That didn't hurt. Whoa, that didn't hurt. Nope, I'm fine. Get up.
Look around real quick.
Dust off. Anybody see that?
Mm-hmm. He looks up, like something up there caused it.
No. There's one over
Look at
here
him
where
look
he's
up
walking
there.
around. Shit, I don't know why it just keeps repeating
Everything's
that.
fine. Everything's fine.
He just keeps repeating.
Let me pause it when he's halfway down.
Okay.
Let's see if we can get him.
See what the move is here.
Yeah, I want to see
I think we can all agree that you jump into to his left.
Well,
right?
you got to be
jump to his left.
like
now.
That moment right there, you jump left.
You have enough pressure with the ladder on the gutter right now where you can spring to the left and make it.
Do you have enough ladder on the cement pressure to do that? Is that what you're saying?
It's waning. It's going quick. You better do it now.
I think if he pushes off, he might make this worse.
If you're going to do it, he's got enough on the gutter to do it. He does.
Does he still have an opportunity to grab the gutter at this point? Has he lost that?
I think that is something that would quickly go out of my mind as a non-move because I don't want to hurt my gutters, man.
Yeah, it does suck hurting your gutters. So if you pause it, like right.
Oh, you're done at that point. You're a passenger.
At this point, he's standing up on the ladder. He still has an opportunity, I think, to jump off.
He basically did nothing.
Yeah.
That is right. He didn't seem to react in any capacity. He just kind of
gravity did its thing. That Canadian man did nothing.
Go back. I think there's a weak attempt.
Looks like a dummy almost when he's suspended.
I think there's a weak attempt right out of the gate to maybe grab the lights as if
I think there is too. I think you are right about that.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's watch
see.
his hands carefully.
Well, is he?
That's what put him into action, though, right? Maybe that little dip to the side.
Go back again, E. Let's see if the ladder has started giving way. I'm going to give him credit for reaching for the lights. If the ladder has not started to slip,
I don't believe that it has. I think that the reach, like Jay's right. The reach is what.
Yeah, the reach set him into motion. Boy, the angle. He just had the wrong angle. He's got too high a ladder, man.
Boy, oh boy, he's lucky that that ladder didn't skate to the right or something and really throw him off kilter.
Could have been worse.
It went straight back. He did not. The ladder gave him an opportunity to make a move. He had, a quarter of a second to make a move, and he didn't. He failed to do that. So,
HD, like these HD doorbell cams are the best thing that's ever been. Maybe not the best thing,
It's
but
rendering some sweet videos, isn't it?
Fuck yes, it is.
it's rendering stuff that we just didn't think was possible.
Yeah, like a
Remember-
bear ringing the doorbell. You see that one the other day?
Yes. How about the mailman walking up the door and he's just whizzing
Pissing as he comes up. Yeah.
His dick's out. He's pissing on the steps, walking up the porch, onto the porch, and then
The chick in handcuffs who was trying to get help as she was running from her assailant.
Yep.
Endless package thieves, right?
Yeah, the package thieves. Which there was another one caught yesterday. Did you see the Maryland guy trying to steal the TV?
No.
Well,
it's too big for him.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. His decision to take this particular TV should have been more well thought out. I mean, first off, it's middle of the day. He's got an accomplice with him. The car is just not quite big enough to handle this. They don't know who this guy is, so the cops sent this video out, hoping people will identify the gentleman. Yeah. All right. Oh, that's a nice looking TV there.
Here it comes.
Get up there.
Hoodie gentleman.
Yeah,
grab that.
That's an
It's a
80
big one.
inch. Oh boy! Oh, down he goes. Yeah, that's gonna
Trying to
crack
run
the
with
TV.
a big TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, just get it back up.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Okay, no,
man.
I got it. Got it.
No one's certainly seen any of this yet.
It's a little oblong.
Do you
Doesn't look
notice-
suspicious? Oh, it won't even fit in the door.
No. Do you notice that the guy has his rear? He's still in reverse. You can see the rear lights
Got
on.
his license plate sitting there.
He backed into the driveway, and at this point he's going, "Come on, man, hurry up, get in there." You
What
got
a
this."
dipshit.
For what, dude? Those things are like $300 right now.
Yeah.
Like
That's an 80-inch, man. That might be who knows?
Look
That
at
could
this
be a
guy
4K.
struggling.
Yeah. Little help, friend. Little help.
Clock's ticking, my friend.
Aren't you thinking in your head that someone's gonna drive by? Someone's gonna
Worse.
People have been driving by. Look at what he resolves to do. Okay, we got this. We got this. All right.
This needs some music, man. The Abbott and Costello
Yeah.
or whatever.
Benny Hill.
Or Benny Hill.
All right, got it. That's as good as it's gonna get.
What a dick.
And we're still in reverse. Oh, you fucking moron.
Oh, what a dick. Yeah, got your TV. Awesome.
Now, here's the problem with this fucking video, Jay. This guy has done such a shit job of raking his leaves. And you know how you said you took care of the tree leaves on your side of the fence line that landed on the neighbors?
Yeah.
He's really fucking putting his neighbor in a shit spot here, isn't he? Look at this.
Yeah, he's got quite the property line.
We don't know
going.
where their lines start.
His neighbor has established.
Yeah.
This is mine. I've taken care of mine, Bill. What the fuck are we doing? This is going to be brown in the spring.
No, the world needs lines and walls and fences and so forth.
Whoa,
I don't,
Jay!
I don't begrudge the neighbor for doing that. You can only rake so far. You're not going to every year go to his driveway.
No.
You're just not.
I'm saying the guy whose TV was stolen, that porch, has failed and has fucked his neighbor. His neighbor has established this is my line.
Mm-hmm.
So, sir, these are your fucking leaves. I'm not dealing with your leaves. And clearly, he's not concerned about his own leaves here.
Not at all. Not
at all. His bushes look out of control a little bit here. He needs to spend less time Amazon shopping for fucking high-def TVs and cleaning your leaves up. The whole neighborhood is cleaned up except this guy's lawn.
Yeah, he's going by the theory of let's just see where the wind blows this winter.
Yeah.
Yep. He's subscribed
Get
to
over
that.
this, dude. I
What an
cannot
asshole.
get over this.
I can't get over how many people do this.
I know.
There's a package, just grab it. Like, at least this instance, the product, but these people who just go grab a friggin' rectangle, you come to my house, dude.
Peanut butter or something.
That could be fucking almond
Well,
butter
that's
and
the game,
paper
man.
clips, man.
Yeah, well, then someone else is getting almond butter for Christmas. It's going to be the white Christmas gift or whatever they do, that white elephant at the office party. Yeah, wow, great. Almond peanut butter again.
Astounding. People suck.
Last year I got toothpaste.
How fast a decision that has to be. You're driving around.
There's one.
But they're on every porch.
Yeah.
I mean, if you wanted, if you grab 20 boxes,
yeah,
there's going to be 3 almond peanut butters in there. Fine.
But you're also
There's going to be a
get
box of tampons in one.
Yeah.
But you might just get yourself
wireless speaker.
Yeah. Yep. You might get yourself an iPhone.
Well, this guy got an 80-inch TV, so clearly
Now,
that didn't look weird at all. Him driving away with the trunk open with the with the thing out. No one's suspicious at all of that.
He's just got to get out of sight of that camera.
Yeah.
He just does. And my guess is these two assholes were driving by and just went, bro, we could just nab that TV right now.
Yeah. No, come back later with the truck. No, dude, just fucking grab it now.
Dude, middle of the day. By the time it gets dark, these guys are gonna be home and they're gonna bring it inside. let's just stop really quick.
That's what was so satisfying about the glitter bomb video, which I'm sure everybody's seen by now, is how these guys just shamelessly come up to this porch, take it, and then they get what's coming, man.
Yeah.
Freaking big glitter spinner. And then the fart spray.
The fart spray is the best.
Fart spray is the best because
it's awful.
It went to the goal of getting them to pitch it out of their car to get rid of the thing so that they could go pick it back up and reuse the package, the makers of the package.
Oh,
That's
really?
why they did that. Yeah, they didn't want to keep them keeping it because they invested 4 phones in it.
Yeah, 4 iPhones recording everything. I love that too because it's like these people are like, oh, yeah. Open it up. Boom!
What the fuck?
They're like, what? And then they're stunned. They're speechless, standing there, and like 1,000, 2 1,000. The fart spray goes off, and it's like, oh, they're like, man, what the hell is that smell?
Yeah.
God damn. And dude, if you've ever tried to vacuum up glitter, good luck.
No, it's the closest to trying to tar and feather someone that
Absolutely.
you could come to. You know, it is the herpes of the craft world.
Oh,
glitter
no doubt about it. And if you've ever been to a strip club, I mean, you know.
Well, that's what the one guy said. He's like, man, my girl is gonna see glitter in here.
Hell
Shit.
yeah. I mean, dude, you get one nice set of titties, like rubbing in your face and shit. You might as well. You were in clown makeup, man. You were a glittered mess for days. It's terrible.
Hey, speaking of packages and the Yuletide, of course, everybody, please use our affiliate links, including our Amazon link, which is above the fold at DetroitCast.com. It's a huge time of year for us, so please use that. Also, make sure you're shopping MyPillow.com for all your betting-related needs. Use TDC code. That's the code, the DetroitCast, TDC, for the very best discount. Just plug that in at your checkout, and you'll get a awesome discount. So please keep buying those. Help support the show.
Yes, Amazon link is so important this time of year. It's so easy to do. And it's down this year for us. And I know there's a lot of people that are using that thing, but we need it more than most. So if you can, do your last minute shopping through that, and think of your old friends.
Your old friends, Jay and Mike, Mike and Jay, whatever.
Yeah, we're not going to have much of a Christmas this year, to be honest with you. And that's just a fact. But still be nice.
Oh, shit, sorry.
Yeah,
There
see,
goes the
that's
ladder.
why. I mean, we're just crashing all over the place. But,
Right, exactly, you see?
you know, I mean, what with Christmas just days away, it would be nice to, you know, but whatever, do what you can. All right, Isis, you ready to get to help us learn?
Hey, it's this day in history with Big E.
Don't fuck up, E. This show's dedicated to Amy Leal today, and there's
Jeez,
a
that's
lot
a lot.
riding it. That's the mother of the We Wish who passed
A lot
away.
of fucking pressure, but
Yeah.
whatever. Anyway, with that, so it was this day, 1956, that the Montgomery, Alabama, bus boycott finally ended. Like the
bus
whole
boycott.
the bus boycott,
Not
like
the
the whole
bus boy.
I was like,
Oh, yeah,
bus
sorry.
boycotts that
Sorry,
sleep
bus
there?
boycott. Sorry,
Like
Picturing
an
bus
army
boys
cot?
just
They
like
mean like an
sleeping.
army cot? The bus boycott?
I did a space in between there. I
bus
apologize. Like the Rosa
boycotts.
Parks, like the Rosa Park thing,
Okay.
kind of.
East tackling the race issue.
Right. The blacks could
Who
ride the
better?
buses.
Who better?
The blacks could ride the buses down in Alabama with all the other people. Didn't have to move anywhere. Anyway, so I'll throw up a few pictures here, I guess.
There's a black guy.
Here's
That guy could ride a bus.
I'll start with this. Just an image of the people boycotting the bus and
I am
walking.
a visual learner, so I appreciate that.
So
E.
anyway, basically, this is obviously a terrible situation. Just think that it was only about 60 years ago that you had these deals in Alabama where
fucking incredible,
Right.
Isn't it?
It's
Isn't it incredible?
it's not to be that this is part of the thing, but to kind of say, like, when we sometimes sit there and do think like, oh my God, yeah, that was a long time ago. It wasn't that long ago,
No,
and this
dude.
was so incredible. So anyway, something I thought about that. I thought if I had thought about this beforehand, I would have thought, like, honestly, if you'd asked me how long this thing went, like, I knew it happened. I knew Rosa Parks had their deal, and then they kind of did a boycott, and then eventually it worked.
Can you give people a backstory of like what you're talking about exactly?
Well, so most people, again, know about Rosa Parks. By the way, Rosa Parks was not the first African American to get arrested for doing what she had done. It just happened to be that she was the most fitting person.
She was tired
To
and
Mike's
lazy.
point, I might start with what was the Montgomery
Oh,
bus
sorry.
That's
boycott?
what I was thinking.
I apologize.
Yeah,
Apologize.
that's what I was thinking.
There you go. I apologize. If people do not realize, there was a time in this country, in the South, when the African Americans could not, like, ride the bus on just wherever they wanted. You got on the bus, and the white people would get the first, like, 8 rows. Then there'd be this middle few rows that were a neutral zone. Anyone could kind of sit there. And then the back was just for the blacks, the African Americans.
What are they bitching about? Who doesn't want to be in the back of the bus?
It's more fun back
I
there.
always
Way
remember the
more
cool
fun.
kids were in the back of the bus,
Yeah.
and
Oh my
I was never
God.
allowed back there. But
The black guys just should have let this one go.
Yeah.
Because back of the bus is the shit,
Yeah.
dude.
You're in the back window fucking with all the drivers behind you.
Yeah.
Trucks behind you. You're doing this,
Doing the
trying to get them to honk.
Yep.
yeah, the bus driver can't get back to you because you're so far back there.
Plus, you have that one little short seat. You get the two-seater
yeah.
instead of the three. Who doesn't want that?
And if you want to throw stuff at other bus riders, you're facing forward. You're getting the back of their head. You whack them. They don't know where it came from.
Best place to be,
Dude,
back of
it's
the bus.
the only place to be. If you want to draw penises in the dirt on those shit windows that almost never go down,
Back
you
of the
can.
bus.
Back of the bus. No one's going to know.
Good
Yeah.
point. You know what? You're right. I'm sorry.
This is a non-story, E.
It's a straw man argument.
I'm sorry that I didn't get to that earlier. So yeah, so obviously there was a lot of racial tension building with just some of the segregation of schools and whatnot. And this bus thing happened to really hit hard because they were just getting fed up with this idea that, they're trying to go to work and whatnot. And because the reality is, like I said, even if the black people's seats were full, as long as if white people wanted seats, black people just had to get up and and they'd
The fuck is wrong with humanity?
Dude, I know. Make them leave.
Honestly, how do you look at
They
another
have different
human
skin
being?
color.
It's so absurd.
It's. I mean, and think about the fucking piece of shit white guy that is sitting there and is, gets on the bus and is like, "Yo, Negro, I need that seat off." Like, dude, why would anyone put up with this? I'm surprised it took this long before they went. You know what, motherfucker?
Well, and it was and it was not just a seating, of course. I mean, I know this seems obvious with racism, but it was just lots of other things.
Yeah,
They'd
going
make
to school,
they'd
water
make them. Well, they'd make them.
restaurants.
Well, I'm talking about just the bus alone. I mean, it wasn't even just the seating arrangement. They'd make them pay first because of course, they weren't trusted, and they'd just spit on them at times. Racial slurs and whatnot. Rosa Parks, even though Rosa Parks was not down in Montgomery, Alabama, she was up in Cleveland area. But as I said, she was not the first arrested. But another weird fact about it is the bus driver that was in the bus that fateful day, that December 1st, 1955, when she had the famous incident, she had a situation with him 12 years earlier where he was just an asshole to her, making her. They would make black people go off the back of the bus if it was too full. They wouldn't let them even walk past the whites to go off the regular side. They'd make them enter that shitty door in the back.
Imagine driving a bus for 12 years, though.
Yeah.
Shit, I mean, you give this guy a sort of pass, half pass.
Yeah.
He's been driving a bus for more than 12 years.
I mean, if he's got to blow out the lines, he's doing it to a passenger on the bus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Rosa,
he's taking his day out on someone. They happen to be Rosa.
So she actually, for 12 years, knew that this guy was on the route and avoided this route just because, what an asshole he was, so annoying. And
12 years later, she was like, he's got to be done. Like, no way. He still has that fucking job.
Right. She finally gets here. The infamous bus. I do have it over here. I can.
Oh, good. I'm a visual learner. I'd like to see that.
Where did it go? There it is.
Yep.
Is that at Greenfield Village?
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Beautiful bus.
So finally, 12 years later, she just, for whatever reason that day, she just was kind of.
No, she worked a long fucking day and she was exhausted.
Right.
That's how the story
but
goes.
I'm saying,
Did she get too much credit for? Because she was just tired. And that was the main reason. She wasn't,
you know what?
She wasn't trying to make a civil rights statement that day.
That's not true.
Yeah,
That's a myth.
I thought it was
no,
the
no,
opposite,
no. That's
Mike.
a myth.
I thought it was a total setup.
You're both wrong.
Well, tell us. That's why we're here.
No, you're both wrong. The myth is that she was just, I'm tired. But also some people, like Jay, thinks that it was a setup. She was helping out with the movement, and was like a secretary for the NAACP.
Civil, not bowel.
Right, of course.
Yeah.
And but this wasn't a staged movement, but it wasn't just that she was tired and she had no interest in, some people also say she wasn't even a part of the movement at all, just happened to happen this day.
No, she was
she was part of it, but it wasn't set up. It just happened to be this day. She finally got on the bus. Okay. She finally had enough. The bus driver says, "Are you going to get up?" She says, "No, I'm not." The cop comes up to her and says, "Hey, if you don't, I'm going to arrest you." And she's like, "Yeah, no." And he goes, "Why do you have to arrest me?" He goes, "Well, why do you have to treat us like this?" And he's just like, "You know what? I don't know, but we just do. And you're under arrest, And finally, like I said, there have been 2 people arrested before her. One being a kid, like a 15-year-old kid dragged off a bus and arrested. But for whatever reason, it just didn't set off the storm. Rosa Parks get arrested. Down in Montgomery, Martin Luther King Jr. is starting to come up through the ranks of the civil rights movement. And they just decide, this is it, dude. We're going to have this one day. It's originally just going to be a one-day boycott of the bus system, because the reality is 75% of the bus system was used by African Americans versus whites. So they're like, hey, we're going to have one day that's going to say, look at what can happen if we're not on the buses. Look how empty they're going to be. Nothing changes. And they say, that's it. We're going full boycott.
Long term.
And
We're
they
going
go,
busless.
dude, they go to them too at one point, and like they literally just ask, like, dude, what if we just, not even to get away segregation, and Martin Luther King is not even asking to stop the segregation. He's just saying, let's have the point, whites, blacks, and blacks don't have to get up if the bus is full.
Yeah.
And they still just, nope, sorry.
Wow.
We need the segregation, dude. That's basically what it came down to. Like, nope, we're not giving an inch. Oh, well.
So how long did this?
381 days.
What? What did they do in the interim? How'd they get around?
Dude,
Were there any scabs?
They
yeah. Did anybody cross the line?
Well, they say that 75%, or no, not 75%, 75% of the people that granted, they say on an average 40,000 people like were abiding to the boycott. So there were some
40,000 potential bus riders,
Yes.
people who would normally
yes,
ride
that were
set
not
up. Wow.
that were not doing it. And they talk about just nurses and people like walking miles just every day. Oh well, they start doing there's cabs in the city, and the normal cab rate is 45 cents. So the black cabs start charging 10 cents, which was the price of the bus. And then the city makes that illegal and says that if we see any cabs charging the 10-cent fee, arrested.
Trying to break the
they
boycott.
They start doing their own cab systems. Any black person that has a car, they start making these points of like,
they Ubered?
That's what I was
Kind of,
gonna
yes.
say, man.
Dude, that's a good point.
Lyft and Uber.
That's
That's the
like-
genesis of it.
Jesus, you know what? The blacks create everything, and then we just fucking steal the credit, man.
Dude, that's a great fucking point.
Ugh. Speak for yourself,
Goddamn
man.
devils, man.
That's a
Whack
great fucking
devils.
point. So yeah, so what happens is people with African Americans with cars just start these checkpoints and say, okay, if you can walk to this point, we'll pick you up and we'll do this. And then so of course these guys, dude, I'm not even just trying to say this. What fucking monsters?
We're devils, dude.
Dude, the police start purposely pulling these people over, putting them in jail on basically just like,
To make it harder.
What do you mean these people? E?
White cops start pulling them over and just saying, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, they say the estimate, I only read this in one thing, but the estimate was that it cost the bus company $3,000 a day, which is like $27,000 today.
He anticipated.
And they went, so think about that, dude. This is how bad they did not want black people.
Yeah, they were
just
willing
to
eat that.
Dude, they sat there for more than a year
Ugh.
just not doing it. And it went into like the local, not the local, but like the region, not the, what's right before the Supreme Court? Like
Court of Appeals?
maybe.
The circuit court?
Yeah. It went to a more local version, a regional version. They said, no, this is not unconstitutional. They fought it, of course. They went to the Supreme Court. And in November, November 16th, I think it was, they finally say, no, this is not constitutional, but it still takes to December 20th for them to freaking abide by it. But, there was just, and even after, of course, even after it's okay, it's really not okay. There's stories of them dragging off little kids and fucking, monstrous, dude.
Alabama,
honestly.
man.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, it talks about.
So December 20th, was that just like the day
finally
we're picking where the strike is considered over?
Yes,
and
that's
we're
when the
allowed to get
boycott
back-
ended, and finally the city gave in to what was deemed constitutional by the Supreme Court of the country, that these
how nice
buses
of them.
cannot be
Yeah.
segregated, which again still almost took a month after it was put into law by the Supreme Court. And
Yeah.
it just, like I said, going back, I read a little bit even about the demands, and as I said, like they weren't even asking at first, like, let's just make this first come first serve. And dude, they were just real cocksuckers, man. They were at one point, someone flat out in the statement apparently says, like, we are not hiring black drivers if you think that's happening. And it's like,
Dude,
Dragged their heels, didn't they?
Yeah. Boy, oh
holy
boy.
fuck.
Well,
when you
December
see-
20th, 1956, we learned it here, man. Bus boys got their cots on this day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Appreciate
Deservedly
it.
so. It's
Yeah.
about damn
They
time.
work their asses off, and you get tired of collecting those dishes.
Dude, it is so embarrassing.
Here's
when
another
when you look back at any one of these moments in the civil rights movement, when you see the first black girl that's going into a college, and you just see the lines of fucking white people just in their
Spewing hate.
suits, just like screaming and
Yeah.
pointing, and it's like, dude, how do you look at this fucking girl with her little book bag and just wants to go to school and learn? And it's like, it is so ingrained and so hate-filled. It's just, I just don't know how you look at another human being like that. And unfortunately, our friends, the albinos, are dealing with this on a
Even to this
smaller
day.
level to this
this
day.
day,
Yeah.
Real quick, I'm sorry, I'm kind of done with this, but I meant to throw this up. This is like an image of what it looked like during the like they would be running around buses, and they just were like, oh well,
One
we're
woman in
eating,
there.
we're eating it up. We're not letting these black people pick their seats on the bus.
Cut off our nose to spite our face.
Yep. Look at those seats, man. Do those look comfortable in any
No,
way?
they do not.
Yeah.
Just slung over, kind of.
Yep.
Don't really look substantive to me.
Yeah, we definitely built a better mousetrap with the seats on buses.
They do look shitty as fuck.
Although their windows look superior to ours. What ours were.
Larger? Yeah, larger.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Must have been some idiot kid jumped out of one of those giant windows, and that's why we had to do the half ones that you got to push the fucking two things together, and then
my God.
it's just
tricky.
It like goes cockeyed, and it's
Gotta
like
wobble it down.
and then you got to look to your friend and go, Jay, will you open my window,
Gotta
man?
apply even pressure.
Even pressure and straight down, kids. It's hard though. It's tricky. But
You know
if you're
what?
trying to smoke out the window,
Okay, yeah.
Sorry,
I'm done. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry. If you're trying to smoke out the window, you want to be courteous. You don't
I
want to
get it.
just, clam bake all your fellow fifth graders,
Hey, everybody, contact Realtor Doug Steinard at 248-765-1781. He and the team at Century 21 Campbell will work to get you the absolute best deal on the sale and or purchase of your home. Doug's the man. He's easy to work with and is a great friend of the show. So call Douglas today, 248-765-1781.
All right, man. Let's get on out of here. I wanted to mention the GoFundMe for Sean Redmond, our boy T-Roy. This is like family to him, the two girls that lost their father the other day, and they've got a GoFundMe set up. It's posted on my Facebook and Ease, I think. Darren McCarty shared it, and we'll have it on our post today, right?
Yes, sir.
So you can get there, and if you guys can help out, got a couple young girls, 19 and 20 years old, lost their father just days before Christmas, and they're trying to just put funeral services together. No, it's a tough time for a lot of people this time of year, and expendable cash is not readily available to many, but if you can spare it, they would certainly appreciate it. And so, yeah, with that, have a great Christmas, everybody, including you, Jay, E. We'll see you.
I didn't know what to say there, dude. Yeah,
We'll see you guys next week.
Listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.
Listen, you guys.